What up, YouTube? Here with a post-fight video of the Mauricio Lara Leigh Woods fight. Now, before I give you out a summary of what happened in the fight, I'm going to tell you all the results first. Mauricio Lara was able to win this fight via 7th round knockout. He is now the new WBA Featherweight champion. And to sum up what happened in the fight, this was a good fight. I say this was the best knockout thus far for the year 2023. And the first 2 rounds were quite close. Both fighters were warming up, trying to figure each other out. And in the 3rd round, that's when Leigh Woods started to loosen up. I had the fight score 4-2 in favor of Leigh Woods prior to the knockout in the 7th round. After the 3rd round, Leigh Woods, I thought, won every round after that. He did a good job at keeping Mauricio Lara off of him and keeping that distance. He did a good job at fluctuating his punches. He was very fluid with his combos and his movements throughout the ring. And he did a good job at being accurate with his punches, and that straight right of his, that punch right there was the key for Leigh Woods up until the 7th round. And Mauricio Lara, he couldn't maneuver his way in to a comfortable range where he could let off his shots, and he didn't do a good job at avoiding punches from Leigh Woods. That took a toll on him as the rounds went on, and as Leigh Woods started to gain more success with his offense, Mauricio Lara started to show signs of fatigue, and he was missing his punches very wildly because he wasn't in the right angle nor the right posture to where he could connect with his punches. Hence why he looked out of position whenever Leigh Woods would avoid shots from Mauricio Lara. It wasn't until the 7th round where Mauricio Lara was able to maneuver through Leigh Woods' punches and get in a good range to where he could set himself up in a good position and utilize good angles to connect his shots. And once he started to find success with his offense, the power difference showed. Leigh Woods, he's, I'll say, more better on the technical side. Mauricio Lara definitely got the more powerful hands, and it showed once Mauricio Lara started to find success with his offense. And later on in the 7th round, Mauricio Lara would land a devastating hook, and that would floor Leigh Woods. Leigh Woods would answer the 10 count and get back up on his feet. However, he looked at wobbled. He didn't have his footing under him. He didn't have his balance. And he looked at very hurt. And his corner threw in the towel when he was answering to the referee, saying that he could continue. It was only a few seconds left in the 7th round. My personal opinion, I thought Leigh Woods could have survived the 7th round. Now, I don't know if he could have recovered to come out and compete for the 8th round, because that hook that Mauricio Lara landed on Leigh Woods to drop him, it was a very powerful shot, and Leigh Woods didn't have his composure, and he was definitely hurt by that knockdown. Now his corner, they talked about after the fight how they know how Leigh Woods operates and what he's capable of, hence why they threw in the towel, and that's why they didn't let him continue for the 8th round, because he looked at, like, I guess from the perspective of his cornerman, that he wasn't going to be able to endure the 8th round, and he looked like he lost his durability after that lead hook that Mauricio Lara landed to drop Leigh Woods. And yeah, that's why now Mauricio Lara is the new WBA Featherweight champion, and that's a much deserved win. and Mauricio Lara has been a top contender in the featherweight division, and now for him to be a champion has definitely a good look on Mauricio Lara. And would I like to see another fight with Mauricio Lara and Leigh Woods? I think it would be a good fight, and I think if Leigh Woods goes back to the gym and works on his fundamentals more, because he's already sound when it comes to that part of the game, and if he goes back and watches the fight and works on a few flaws and doesn't make the same mistakes that he did in this fight, he might perform better for the next fight if Mauricio Lara decides to defend his WBA featherweight title versus Leigh Woods again. And Mauricio Lara, he's a warrior. I mean, he's known to be battle tested, taking on all comers, and that's why I think that fight will happen next. If not, another fight with Josh Warrington, who's the IBF featherweight champion. He's got a knockout win over Josh Warrington as well. Y'all remember what happened in the second fight with Lara and Warrington? That fight had to end due to a clash of heads, and that resulted in a no contest. There could be a title unification bout with Mauricio Lara and Josh Warrington next. That would definitely be a good look for the sport of boxing. And there's Michael Conlan, who had a good fight versus Leigh Woods as well. That's funny because Leigh Woods, when he knocked down Michael Conlan to win the WBA featherweight title, that was probably the best knockout for last year. And then last week we saw Leigh Woods get knocked out by Mauricio Lara, and from my perspective, this knockout's the best knockout thus far for this year. And there's a good scene going on in the featherweight division. There's Emmanuel Navarrete, who's still in the featherweight division. I know he just won the super featherweight title. Now I don't know if he's gonna, well, he's probably not going to drop back down to the featherweight division. Well, there's still Ray Vargas. That's another fighter who tried to win a title at the super featherweight division. He's still a champion in the featherweight division. He holds a WBC featherweight title. Mauricio Lara could have a fight with Ray Vargas. That would be a good fight. Another title unification bout. There's Mark Magsayo. There's Gary Russell Jr. There's what's his name, Figueroa, who's going to be fighting Magsayo next. I think that fight is next month. The featherweight division right now has got a good look. It's got a good seed, and there's plenty of opponents, plenty of top quality opponents that Mauricio Lara can defend his newly won featherweight title against. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all opinions are from this fight that y'all saw with Mauricio Lara versus Leigh Woods. Comment, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Now I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.